Hey guys, it's Daniel, and in this video I want to show you a simple example of how we can easily monitor our system health using a playbook. So for that to happen, we're gonna need to understand two things. The first thing is how we can schedule a playbook to run every few minutes, and the second thing is how we can pull the system health information from within the playbook and examine it. So for the first thing, I want to take you to the timer application. This app will generate an empty event which can be used to kick off a playbook at scheduled intervals, okay? So I already configured an asset, so I can show you that. Okay, I set the name of the created event, the severity, the sensitivity. I set the polling interval to 5 minutes. It means that every 5 minutes a new event will be generated and ingested to the system. And I set the label of the event to health check label. So it means that when I configure the playbook to be triggered by the health check label, so every 5 minutes the playbook that I want will be activated, okay? Okay, so for the second issue that I remind you is how we can get this information from within the playbook and examine it. I want to take you to the documentation, to the REST API reference, get system info, and we have a REST health API call to get memory and CPU usage information for Splunk SOAR, services, and the overall system, okay? So if I perform the health REST API call, okay, you can see that we have the services status for each daemon here. Sorry, we're running or not running. We have also the all running field, which is value is true or false. It means that if one of the daemons or more is not working, we'll have a false here. We have also the memory data, the load data, and the disk usage data, okay? For example, if I expand it, we can see label free and the value, and label used and the value. We have also with the memory data, and we have the load data, okay? So basically, it's the memory usage, load average, and the disk usage, and the statuses of the daemons. So we can go to the HTTP application. Okay, this app facilitates making HTTP requests as actions. Okay, so we have a supported action for that called get data, perform a REST get call to the server. So it's exactly what we need. So I think that now we're ready to go, right? So I created a frame for the playbook that you can see that it operates on health check labels, and all it does is basically to perform the health REST API call, then check the details, and if needed, escalates the event however we want. Of course, this is just an example. You can take it anywhere you understand and want on the ways that suits your organization. So there is one thing, and the thing is that some of the values can be accessed directly from the data path picker, but some of them are not. So for example, the all running field can be accessed directly. Also the status here, last snapshot, and you can see, but some of them, for example, the memory data cannot be accessed directly because the label and the value are not stored in the same key value pair. So it means that once we try to access one of the values, we will need to dig a bit in order to understand which label and value we extracted, okay? So let's start with the easy one, of course. You can see that after I perform the REST API call, I check if the all running field is not true, and if so, I just created an artifact, okay, and in the self value I put all the status of all the services, just so I have it in the artifact, and I promote it to a case so my analysts in the organization will be able to see that and understand there is something that needs their attention, okay? But for the memory data values, I use the code block, okay? And I extracted the free memory, the used and the cached memory, okay? Very simple. Then I created an overall value which combines all of them together. And then I created an output variable called used%, and I set it by dividing the used memory by the overall value, okay? And then I can check if the used memory percent is greater than 80%, for example, and if so, I can escalate it as I want. And of course, this is just an example. I gave you the basic idea of how we can check and monitor our services and system. You can take it from here, and I see you in the next video. So bye bye.